Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. I do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Tuesday, the 24th of August, 2021. So viewers, again, I go back now. So viewers, those of you that are viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali presently on Synergy Television, a special good night to you. Those of you that are on Facebook, Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Facebook. Those of you that are on YouTube, TT Real Talk, let me tell you something. Just share this stream. The stream. Share this stream, share this stream, share this stream. If you haven't done it as yet, on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Now, keep in mind, we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. We are the 3rd best news forecast. We are live on Synergy Television. We are bringing news to you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, in a different way. We are bringing news to you in a more in-depth way where we can communicate about the do's and the don'ts and about the situations that are happening in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's like news like no other. News like no other. Those of you up the Caribbean, those of you around the globe that are viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali, a special good night to you. So viewers, remember, those of you that are having spiritual problems, feel free to contact me. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also contact me. And remember, Real Talk investment is the best way to go. So viewers, around 7:50 we're on the We're going straight into education tonight. The Ministry of Education, Dr. Nian Gasby-Dolly, have stated that the secondary entrance assessment, that is the SEA results, will be released during the first week of September. The first week of September. Gasby-Dolly said the result will be released during the week of September 6th to the 10th. And students should start school virtually on September 6th. So viewers, I am having a little problem understanding this. Virtual school. Your result, well, the virtual started back on the 6th. And school also starting back on the 6th. Let's just say for the secondary students and them. The newcomers that will be going into secondary school. If result released on the 6th and school starting back on the 6th, what sense does it make? Would the children and them have the supplies to enter school on the 6th? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Results will be released during the week of September 6th to the 10th. And virtual school, online school starting back on the 6th. So when now the secondary school student will actually be going into secondary school? When they are going? On the 6th? Come now, man. Come now, man. That is a problem, because you have to get books, you have to get uniform, you have to get stationery supplies, you have to get shoes. So when do you expect the secondary school students who are going into secondary school get these stuff? Does it make sense, Trinidad and Tobago? You tell me. You tell me. Now, she also stated that the ministry will be monitoring the vaccination program over the next few days to determine if physical classes can resume. Hey, when I tell you these people back to front, they back to front, you know. We have approximately 2 weeks for school to open. Approximately 2 weeks for school to open, give or take. Today is already the 24th. It's sad, yes? It's sad. The Ministry of Health have stated that prisoners will be among the first batch of persons to be given the 1-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The ministry stated that the implementation of the One Shot and Done initiative for the rollout of the J&J vaccine is part of the expansion of the National Vaccine Deployment Program. The second group of persons to be vaccinated with the J&J vaccine will be the healthcare workers. So they put the prisoner in front of the healthcare workers. The prisoner is more important than the healthcare workers. That is on first hand. See how we're going forward? We're going forward, the prisoner is more important than the healthcare workers. Left foot, right foot. Left foot, right foot. So the healthcare workers now, they're not as important as the prisoners. The people who commit a crime and in prison, they are important. The healthcare workers who are facing the COVID-19, who are administering the shot, they come second in the line. Terrence! Well done, Terrence. Well done. When everybody's sleeping on, when their head resting by the head of the pillow, you switch it around. Where your head resting? So the head of the bed not important. The foot more important in the bed. Caller, good night.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
We have a little problem with the curfew thing, boy.
With the
curfew.
Talk to me. Let me hear you.
Some people are going to 9 to 5.
Uh-huh.
They say go to 12. 12 to 5 and no curfew.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. You understand?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
No. It has people saying that they want business to go till 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Now, what about the workers have to be outside there and face this curfew thing and wait for transportation and all these. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So better it's say till 9 or maybe say 10. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So you have ample time to go home little sooner.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now remember what's going on with these young ladies and ladies outside here. You understand?
Yes.
So this kind of hour.
I understand. Thank you, my friend, because remember we have groceries. Groceries opening, I believe, is till about 6 o'clock. I will contact the president of the supermarket to confirm the time that groceries closing presently. But I mean, oh gosh, they could have given these citizens a break. Give Trinidad and Tobago a break with the curfew from 9. Extend it a little bit, because imagine the economy broke right now in Trinidad, you know. People now coming back out to work. Retailers now open back. You see, I will tell you something. The government don't business about the small man or the middleman, you know. They don't. Whether you make it or not, that's your problem. We have a pandemic to fix. How are you fixing the pandemic when it wasn't important from the beginning? Now when you reach the tail in the pandemic, you're making it important. Like I said, we're doing things back to front. And there are people in the country now, hooray! Hooray! They're doing a good job. That is the same Prime Minister who said, I ain't begging for no vaccine for all you, but hooray, lift him up. News in a different way, my friends. News in a different way. Now, the ministry stated that the implementation of the One Shot and Done initiative for the rollout of J&J is part of the expansion of the National Vaccine Deployment Program. So while reading that, the healthcare workers come second. Frontline workers will also receive the J&J dose, with the ministry saying special arrangement will be made to vaccinate people within the group. You're now telling me that you put the healthcare workers after you vaccinate the prisoners, but you want to make special arrangement now to vaccinate those within the group. Let me tell you something. They were supposed to be the first set of people in Trinidad and Tobago being vaccinated, because on a daily basis, my brothers and sisters in Trinidad and Tobago, in the healthcare system, on a daily basis, they face individuals who are positive with COVID-19 or coronavirus. But you put them second. The bloody hell prisoners in the prison, they're more important. Saving their lives is more important. Great is the PNM. Great is Terrence Singh, who put his health care. Keep in mind, that is the man who said he owned all the hospital in Trinidad and Tobago, and he put prisoners in front his workers. In front his workers. Let me tell you something. If you don't like it, Terrence, that is your business. But I'm telling you, what a foolish move you made. What a foolish move. And then all of us want to know why I, Saeed, just come up here now and bash certain men or certain women in the ruling administration. And let's talk now. Talk now. Your mother and your father, or your brother and your sister, who's a healthcare workers, let me tell you something. The prisoners who commit a crime and end up in prison, they're more important than the healthcare workers. Presently in Trinidad and Tobago. Ask the health minister. Caller, good night.
Good evening, Mr. Saeed.
We go run the ad after.
Good evening, Mr. Saeed.
My friend, good evening to you.
Saeed, since Eric Williams days, education was never a priority for the PNM government. Always put that in the back burner. And come now in this 21st century, when every country in the world, the number one priority is education. This government put it on the back burner again. Because when you check, you would educate your child, send them to university or school to get a job in electrical engineering, mechanical,
something in the engineering field.
They close down all the UTT. The place where your child would go study to get employment, Petrotrin and the energy industry, they shut down that too.
Correct.
And what they do, they bill in pan 10. How much education you need to play pan? Every country around the world, people beating pan. Who live in their country now to come and hear people beating pan up in until before you even reach here, you get robbed. So you see the priority and the direction this country going under this government. And if people don't understand where we heading, we sitting by and looking at Haiti, but Trinidad reaching exactly there with the kind of leadership and the government we have, especially this PNM government. Pan before education. That's why you see there no big issue about getting children back out of school, you know. This will be two set of children.
Correct.
That would be that have done SEA and would not be cool yet.
True.
Just imagine that. Have a good night, Mr. Saeed. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break, but we'll be right back after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716 or 267-7326 for further information. Our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
So welcome back, viewers. Remember, Real Talk Investment. We are presently paying the highest percentage rate in Trinidad and Tobago presently on your hard-earned cash. And watch me. Listen to this, viewers. To tell you how God have been so good to me. So good to me. Through the pandemic, He have decided to bless you individuals with your hard-earned cash on a greater reward. What more blessings do you need? God provided for the children of Israel in the wilderness, in a desert where food cannot grow. He provided for them. Where God is providing for Saeed? In the midst of a pandemic. In the midst of a pandemic, I am paying a higher return. So think about that. So as we move on tonight, vaccination of students. Listen to this. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is drawing a line against unvaccinated adolescents as the new school term nears, and warn that the government may make vaccination mandatory for students to return to school. This is our Prime Minister. He stated that by mid-September, if vaccination numbers were still too low for herd immunity among the 12 to 18 age group, then the government would act. The PM noted that thus far, it is the responsibility of the parents to get their children vaccinated.
Because if at the end of the period that we've set, which is mid-September, we look back on it and we see only a population of vaccinated students which is well below the herd immunity level of 60 or 70%, then the government will have to act. So far, we've left it up to the responsibility of parents to be reasonable, to be understanding, to be caring, and to be responsible.
He added that the government will have no difficulty stepping in on the children's behalf where they cannot make a decision for themselves. Hey, this is for letter calling. This is for letter calling. The minister said that those who have rights or reasons to not get their children vaccinated is their rights. But the government also has a right and responsibility.
And if it gets to that, the government will have no difficulty in intervening on the children's behalf, as we've done with measles, with mumps, with other aspects of healthcare, where the children can't make the decision for themselves. We will not do this lightly, but if we have to do that, we'll do it. So those who have 1,000,001 reasons from Facebook to not get your children vaccinated, that is your right. But by the same token, other parents have rights for their children, and the government has a right and a responsibility. Every child will be guaranteed an education, but the nature of that education, the face-to-face contact, will be determined by the health and safety considerations and health and safety only. So I want all parents to understand that.
Let me tell you something, viewers of Real Talk. He they say something, and the Lord they say something. The government of Trinidad and Tobago have the right to hang individuals who have committed murder and were found guilty by the court of laws in Trinidad and Tobago. Am I right? Good. As he just said, every child deserves an education. For the last 6 years in Trinidad and Tobago, how many schools with 5 or 10% to be completed? How many schools were completed? But every child have a right to be educated. 60,000 students, according to a survey that was done, is without devices. How many devices did the Ministry of Education provide thus far, when every child deserves a right to be educated? Let's talk now. Let's talk. You see, all they have the power holding as a minister portfolio to stand up on a platform and say anything come out of your mouth. Anything come out of your mouth. You have the right to say it. You have a right of freedom of speech, ministers. But also, the parents have a right to protect their child or their children when they look at the outside world and see what is going on with the injection. The health ministry had a right to come out and tell the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that the Pfizer vaccine was not approved by the FDA as yet, but they went on last week and they started injecting children. Only yesterday it was approved. And they had a right, when the Prime Minister had a right to notify the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago whose child are going to be vaccinated with the Pfizer. Where that right went? Where did the parent need to know rights went? As a Prime Minister, you have a right to stand up on a media platform and say what you want. I have a right to come here now and educate the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago about their rights. I have a 12-year-old son, you know. I have a 12-year-old son who will be entering college. And you want to tell me you're going to bring a law to make it mandatory that I have no right over my son taking a vaccine? When my son take that one shot and something wrong with him, let me tell all you something. Brace all yourself, you know. I'm telling all you, brace all yourself. You cannot trample upon my rights. You cannot hang individuals who committed murder and were found guilty by the court of laws in Trinidad and Tobago, but you want to trample over my rights of my underage child? Boy, you had to be joking. Take right telling all you had to be joking. I have a team of lawyers. Let me tell you something. With QCs involved, they will carry you to court for trampling over my rights as an individual, just on behalf of Saieed. Take what I'm telling all you. You see, all you want to do what all you want, but all you ain't want to do it by the books. I want to see all you go against human rights, and all you going to see something. Take what I'm telling all you. It will be a horse of a different color right here in Trinidad and Tobago. With this one man standing right here that is going live on Synergy Television presently. Don't trample over my rights. Don't go to the parliament and cause some kind of twist in the rights of my freedom of speech and my freedom right to protect my son from a vaccine. It will be a horse of a different color right here in Trinidad. And not only me alone, but other citizens, other lawyers who have children and don't want to take the vaccine. I want to see what you're going to tell them. I want to see what you're going to tell them. When you start hanging individuals in Trinidad and Tobago who were found guilty by the courts for murder, then talk about human rights. Until then, pray to God that something don't happen to a child under the age of 16 with that vaccine when all your cause, all your twist of turn in the human rights laws for Trinidad and Tobago. Because I go tell you something, the Treasury won't have enough money to pay lawsuits. They won't have enough. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Said. How are you going?
Are you okay? Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
In real sense, because listen to something there. I'm not taking a vaccine to start with. I'm not letting my children take the vaccine just to go on with. Because at the end of the day, what is going to happen is that when they take the vaccine, he wants to make it mandatory. Let him make it mandatory. Because when he make it mandatory and the children let them take the vaccine and whosoever take the vaccine and anything go wrong with them, they will be liable for it. Right now, they're giving everybody the opportunity to go ahead and take the vaccine so that it will be under their own strength. But when they make it mandatory to take the vaccine and force the people to take it and anything to them, they will be held accountable and liable for it to and sue them for what it is to go on there. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, my friend. Let me tell you something. When I decided to create this platform, I built myself in such a way to take criticism, you know. Because you see what I do in here? Because of what I do in, About a year and a half ago, my son was kidnapped because of me standing, almost kidnapped, because of me standing here and opening my big mouth. Mark my words. But by the grace of God, good thing I just do spiritual work. When nobody did know where to go, I went in my prayer room and I light my light and I said, Lord, where are those? Where are those that went against me and my son? Where are those that have committed a crime against me, protecting my son? Let me tell you something, like that they start surfacing up. Like that they start surfacing up. God said to me, Saieed, doodly 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 doo doo doo, I will bring them to you. So said, so done. I didn't come here by guess, you know. God didn't put me here. And God is not funding this program to make friends, you know, or to skin teeth, you know. It is for a reason, and it is for a purpose. You see, just how the Prime Minister wants to make it mandatory, he's doing it with a purpose. Well, let me tell you something. When parents start to drive lawsuit, they're doing it with a purpose. With a purpose. Nobody in authority ain't coming down to play talking in my ears, you know. It's a different story. You see, it have the people who cannot stand for themselves. And it have the people who will stand up for themselves and others. But you know, we just have the one who just like to criticize. The one who just like to criticize. And the lady who called in yesterday, when she got caught, she wanted to use the J word. My darling, we have your number. I have your number. When my team run a trace, we know where you're living. We know what color house you have. I tell her, watch me, don't play with me, you know. It's an intelligent unit I run in, you know. So when you're here, you want to call my program. And you want to say, Saieed, you're this and you're that and you're the next. When I push for pepper spray, I push it for you too. When I push for child sex offender registry, I push it for you too. And your children too. But yet they're ungrateful. They're ungrateful. Just imagine, all them have to do is sit down home and watch TV. And somebody standing up for your rights. And you have a problem with somebody standing up for your rights. Darling, we have your number. I have your address. I know the color house you're living in. But I just want you to know now. Since you wanted to call me publicly and insult me on my program, I am telling you on live national television, just how you're calling, just what I'm telling you, I have all the information about you. I know how you look too. Don't play with me. I Saieed. As a man, when I tell you I pushing something, I pushing something. When I tell you I'm getting it done, I'm getting it done. And that, my friend, is what Real Talk stands for. And that is our track record. When Saieed say he getting it done, he getting it done. Bet your last 10 cents, he getting it done. That is our track record. So the Commissioner of Police now, Gary Griffith, have stated that effort will be made to increase the number of police officers being vaccinated against COVID-19. Griffith stated that he intends to write to officers who have not received their vaccine. He added that over 45% of active police officers have been vaccinated and intend to raise this figure by continuing a vaccination drive. Griffith now tends to write to police officers who have not yet been vaccinated.
We intend to continue a massive campaign as much as possible to get police officers to understand the importance of this for them to be vaccinated. In fact, we will be pushing a vaccine hesitancy drive to explain to police officers the importance. Yes, granted, many police officers cannot be vaccinated at this time because some of them presently they have been infected, and because of that it may take a while. But for the other police officers, I intend to write personally to each and every police officer who have they have not yet been vaccinated, explaining to them, firstly, that is almost 100% of persons who have now who have died from COVID, and those who have been hospitalized are those persons who have not been vaccinated. That is a fact.
So viewers, I just want to correct the statement where I said the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Gary Griffith. I just want to correct that statement. He is acting Commissioner of Police. I just want to correct that. He is the acting Commissioner of Police, because I believe his tenure ended on the 16th or the 17th of August as the Commissioner of Police. He is presently holding the position of acting Commissioner of Police. So I do want to correct that statement. Now, question on if he would push for mandatory vaccination. Griffith stated that he did not have the authority to do so, but would find ways to remove unvaccinated officers from the front line. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead, my friend.
The government said that children education come first. Here in our country, we have a preschool 90% complete. Over 6 years now. And these children, they have to pay $1,500 per term. You want to tell me you're putting pampers in front of these children? This is total nonsense, man.
My friend, take some pictures of the school or do a little video and send it for me on 3391670. Thank you. Now, Griffith, he hopes that good sense would prevail.
No, I do not have that authority. There are laws in this country, so I can't make it mandatory that police officers must be vaccinated. What I can do, however, is find certain avenues to make sure police officers who are not vaccinated, as much as possible, try to remove them from being in the front line. It may affect their salary, it may affect their overtime, it may affect them getting a special allowance, but I cannot mandate anyone unless there is a law that will change that. What I am hoping for is that good sense would prevail. The nonsense that is being pushed about with these things, it is not right. Police officers must understand that firstly, we are at the front line, so we are the highest risk. Also the fact that the majority, almost 100% of persons who are now dying, persons who are being hospitalized, is because you were not vaccinated. And then if you do not care about yourself, care about your family.
Now, viewers, the acting Commissioner of Police understands the importance of his officers as frontline workers. Follow me closely. The minister in the Ministry of Health understands that the prisoners are more important than his frontline workers in the Ministry of Health. Are talking nonsense? Caller, good night. Hello?
Good night, sir.
My friend, go right ahead.
I am 1,000,000% behind you, man, and I think all right, thinking citizens. I call on the trade union and the opposition and everybody who have some common sense to join your bandwagon. Sir, you sound like the prophet there. Now, what I want to tell people, why this prime minister is coming down like a wajang? When was time for him to act? When he say he is not begging nobody for vaccine, when all other countries had a jump start, when the opposition bring motions both in the upper and lower house, it is his government.
True.
It is his government. Prevention is always better than cure. He did not care. That was the time that people should have acted against the government. People have a right to recall him because he was not acting in the interest. Why now he is coming to play as if he acting and he care about anybody? He does not care about nobody in this country. Look, the opposition leader give empirical data, scientific data. Prior to the state of emergency where that was 2 now it is over 1,000 and something during that lockdown. Look at the infected case from about 12,000 to 42,000. So what this state of emergency, what this man is doing, he does not want people to show their true feeling, and he is using the police and the army, to suppress people with the state of emergency. It is unfortunate, but I want to tell him, sir, there is somebody, as you rightfully say, Said, there is somebody named God. You know, people see him with pajama and feel that he does sleep. He don't sleep because he has pajamas, he does sleep. And sir, I supported you 100%. You can't come and push down somebody's throat. When it's time for you to act, you did not act. It's time for the people now to stand up and tell him like it is, what time of the day it is. Those and all those PNM supporters, you're not going there for crumbs. You want much more than that. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, my friend. When Gonzales tried to make it mandatory in his country, what happened? What happened? That is a couple islands of the Caribbean. What happened? He had to go Barbados in a hospital. He had to go Barbados in a hospital. He tried to make it mandatory. And he had to leave his country to go in another country for medical care. That's what telling all your watchmen. They will go up on a platform and they will say X, Y, and Z because they have the authority as a minister and the authority as freedom of speech to say what they want. To say what they want. I have all rights to come here on Real Talk with Saieed Ali to tell you, hey, you cannot do that. Don't play you want to bully me. You could say what you want. I am not saying what I want. I am saying what is right. I have freedom of speech expression just as you. But you can say what you want. I cannot say what I want. I will tell you what you are saying is wrong. That is my job. My job is not to come and argue with you here on television, you know. My job is to educate the people you trying to twist. That is my job. And for the last 3.5 years, I've been doing a damn good job. A damn good job. We got rated as the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago, and we got rated as the 3rd best news forecast, and we're holding on to the title still. We're holding on to the title. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but we'll be right back after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and investor businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716 or 267-7326 for further information. Our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Welcome back, viewers. I just want to say, remember the guy I highlighted on TV last night? The Terrence guy? Well, today he apologized for his statement. You know, I was big enough to come out and say what he did was wrong concerning cyberbullying and bullying and thing, and he was big enough to apologize today. You understand? He was big enough to apologize. So I just want to let you know, sometime as big as we are, it would not hurt you to say, I am sorry. And you see, this is something now that the health ministry should be saying. We are sorry we did not take an immediate step into the virus coming into Trinidad. Instead of the House of Representatives, now leader, I have to say, it's not important. It's simple for the ministry. The leader of the health system in Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Terrence Diaz, it's just a simple thing. You know, well, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, me being the Minister of Health, you know, I do want to apologize to all you. We never thought the virus would have been so serious, you know, but we are trying our best to combat the virus, and with your help, we will be able to do that. But you have the head of the Trinidad and Tobago now, the man who governing now, the ruling party, trying to bully people now into us taking the vaccine, when he said now, I am not going to beg for it. Let me tell you something, it's educated people Trinidad have. It have the people who will stand up for the ones who cannot understand. How hard it is to say, I'm sorry. How hard? But you see the bullying thing? Nah, don't do that. You're making a mistake. Don't do that. Because the last of that people tried to bully my son into attempt kidnapping. They can't see nothing as much as a sheet of paper in front of them. Bullying is a serious thing. It is a serious thing. Not because you're holding a little power, you want to come out and tell me now, if my son is vaccinated, you want to make it mandatory? If something happened to him, let me tell you something, I will make it mandatory to put all in court. I will make it mandatory. It won't be nobody rights, you know. It will be Saieed Ali. And the whole world will hear about it. You know my mouth big. So Director of Women's Health, Dr. Adesh Surju Singh, have stated that pregnant women in Trinidad and Tobago who have gone past their first semester will be eligible to begin receiving the Pfizer vaccine from August 25th. He announced that the COVID-19 media briefing.
So we are recommending the use of the Pfizer vaccine for pregnant women, and of course regardless of nationality, after they have completed the first trimester. So you are in week 13 onwards. We divide pregnancies into trimesters, 40 weeks being the due date that we work out for you. So the process really, it is based on the advice of your healthcare provider.
Now viewers, confirming that a total of 315 pregnant women contracted the COVID-19 virus thus far. Surju Singh advised that this category of persons got a letter from their specialist before they turned up to be vaccinated. So the pregnant woman in Trinidad and Tobago, please get a letter from your specialist before you turn up to be vaccinated. And I would advise every citizen in Trinidad and Tobago who are going for the vaccine, who have made up their mind for the vaccine, or even the ones that didn't make up their mind for the vaccine as yet. If you are going for the vaccine or have intentions of taking the vaccine, please visit a doctor to make sure that you are in good health. I was well taken care of before I went for my first jab. I was well taken care of. So if I could do it, I took my first jab, I was out for 2 days, but thank God nothing happened to me. I'm back here doing my thing. So please, I am advising you, if you are going for the vaccine or decide on taking the vaccine, please check your doctor. I am not going to say take it, I am not going to say don't take it. That is your choice. What I am advising you to do is just check a doctor to make sure that you are in good health. Because the jab wouldn't give everybody the same reaction or the same result. So it's just something I would throw out to you, my friend. Now staying on Dr. Surju Singh, he further noted that of 1.5% of the population who are pregnant are under the age of 18 must be given parental consent for them to be vaccinated. Caller, good night.
Very good evening to you, Mr. Saeed.
To you, my friend.
I want to remind our dear Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Saieed Ali. Dr. Saieed Ali, you is the Prime Minister of this country. You won the election twice. No two ways about that.
Correct.
That esteemed sacred institution that we call the Parliament, you're bringing that almost a house of ill repute. Dr. Saeed, you need to conduct yourself better. The world is watching. The children is watching, everybody is looking. It's a small world now, right? You need to stop that bullying tactics. You need to stop that aggressiveness, that aggression. You need to rearrange your entire way you talk, and especially in that house. And the frightening thing is that, other members of parliament, not all, we have some good PNM members of parliament. You have people like Stuart Young, Faris Alwari, Fitzgerald Hines, and a couple others who feed in from this man arrogance. All the best. Have a great evening.
Thank you, my friend. You see, let me tell you something. When you're holding power, you have to know how to conduct yourself to get things done, you know. You have to know how to conduct yourself because the world is looking on, you know. The world, you know. I know the world is looking on at Real Talk, you know. I know that. I know that. That is why when I demand things and I light my light, every one of my demand coming to pass, you know, because I demanded it for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. God is not dead. He is not wearing pajamas. He is sitting on a throne, according to the religious books. And he is looking down. He is looking down. You see, I just demand for the rights. I don't demand for the wrong, you know. I demanded for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And if you tell me, because you have a little power, and because you're holding a ministerial portfolio, and you want to bully Saeed, what? Those who fight with a sword shall die by a sword. Always remember that. A little crime news now, viewers. Police officers have destroyed 1,650 fully grown marijuana tree and 2 pounds of cured marijuana during an eradication exercise yesterday. The total estimated value of narcotics was 1,677,000. During the hours of 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. on August 23, 2021, officers of the Special Investigation Unit, that is the SIU, and the Air Support Unit proceeded to Blachacha Trace and Laloon Road in the Moruga district, where they discovered the marijuana. I'm going to tell you something. If I make farming for marijuana legal, you know how much money I'm going to make? The last thing I did on marijuana was pushing to get decriminalized for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. We did that, yes. Real Talk did that. Just a reminder. A 63-year-old St. Anne's man is expected to appear before a Port of Spain magistrate on August 24th. 2021, charged with 5 offenses, including larceny and breach of curfew. Reports stated that the man was charged with the offense following a break-in last Thursday, August 19th. Reports indicated that the officers responded to a report during the curfew hours, a break-in at Mr. Chow's Smokehouse on Tragrid Road in Woodbrook. The officers' investigations led to arrest and subsequently charged Samuel of 5 offenses, including breaking, larceny, and breach of curfew. Wow. Wow. Call good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
The government don't care about the good book. So talk about the good books, they don't care about good book. Those people are actually like, I shouldn't say the word devils, but they serve the devil, so they don't go by the good book. So you have to find something else to tell them, because they don't believe in the Bible.
Thank you, my friend. So that is Samuel's photo there. So that is Samuel there. We blurred his face because he wasn't convicted as yet, but nevertheless. So viewers, let me tell you something. You see, your rights is your rights. Never allowed any individual to trample upon your rights. Always remember that. I am Saeed and I am telling you that. You see, your rights is what build you. Your freedom of speech is what build you. Bullying, I will not tolerate it. At all, at all, at all. I don't like it. I will not tolerate it. You cannot come and say, Saeed, I want you to do this and I demand you to do that. Let me tell you something. Don't demand me to do nothing. Don't demand me to do nothing. Call a good night.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
Yes, pleasant night to you and to all the viewers.
To you, my friend.
This thing about this back.
You there?
This thing about this back. The children, I have son 17-year-old, and I just use foreign news as well. And I find this vaccine, I wouldn't allow my take that.
You wouldn't allow him to take it?
No.
Okay, I understand. Now, give us some of the concerns, you there?
Yeah, still there.
Give us some of the concerns that why you would not allow your 15-year-old to take it.
Well,
now, before you go further, now viewers, this is a parent who has a 15-year-old son, and we are not labeling anybody. I just want to know why he is not allowing his child to take it. He is a father like myself, and I just want to know why he is not allowing his son, maybe like everybody else. So go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, well, I have a relative who go to high school, I won't call it names, and they allowed the daughter the vaccine recently, and she died. 2 days after, died. And this thing coming over the news.
I understand what you're saying. So so that is more or less the reason you would not allow your 15-year-old to take it.
Yes, sir. And then I was observing the CNN news, and I think it's one of the guys from the Pfizer, where they do this vaccine. He resigned his job there because you shouldn't really allow people to take this vaccine because it's too early to name it as a vaccine.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. So, see, viewers, we're not condemning anybody, but every parent is responsible for their child. Yes, every parent care about their child. Yes, but every parent are also looking at statistics worldwide. Now, when they look at something worldwide and they look at what the Prime Minister is saying and they're looking at what the health is saying and you weigh options, you will see different things. And that is what I am trying to tell the health ministry in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, the vaccine is there worldwide, not only in Trinidad, but their job is to come straight with the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something, people not blind, dumb, deaf, and dotish. We're looking on international news. We're in the 21st century going forward. We're not in the 15th and 14th century again. And this is what the leaders of our country need to understand. Just imagine, we have the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago coming out and telling us that he was not going to write the India High Commissioner nor the India government for vaccine because he thought that was begging. Now he wants to make it mandatory. They are having ideas, allegedly having ideas of making it mandatory by mid-September. Because some parents care about them children and you're labeling the ones that not have it now as don't care about their lives. And you want to come now and tell me that you care about the lives of the citizens and everyone should have an education. You had 6 years to finish schools that were unfinished by the previous administration. But you're coming to tell me now every child should not be left without an education. That is what you're coming to tell me now. You have a right. You see, I'm going to tell you something. You know where they went wrong? You know where they went wrong in education? I'm talking about for 2021. When Gasby Dolly said, each child will go through a means test before they get a device. You see, right there and then, you break education in Trinidad. Right there and then. Remember we were collecting funds to give out devices? I gave out 110 devices right here in Trinidad and Tobago. 110. Let me tell you something. I'm an accountant. I speak in 6 different languages. I have my own business. I know the importance of education. I worked in the warehouse of a grocery. Today we just want to condemn grocery workers, but I worked in the warehouse of a grocery. I went to school. I paid for my education while working. Look where I am today. I'm a public figure in Trinidad and Tobago. I carry on the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. I hold the 3rd position as the best news forecast in Trinidad and Tobago. Why? Because of education. Because of education. And I want my sons to be educated the same way or even more educated than me. 6 different languages: Arabic, Urdu, Sanskrit, Hebrew, Greek, and English. And then others want to call me to condemn me. All I can't talk nothing more than English. And others want to call me to condemn me for what? For what? Because I'm standing up for the rights of citizens who don't have a voice? I'm standing up for the uneducated one? And you want to condemn me? You want to bully me? You want to walk over me? You cannot do it. But when somebody doing it, you want to condemn them. You cannot buy grocery for your neighbor. But if somebody is feeding your neighbor, you condemning them. Let me tell you something, God don't sleep. You never know when the table could turn. You never know. But you want to condemn Saeed. You are putting $1 in my pocket, you want to condemn me. You don't know how I pay my staff, you want to condemn me. You see, I know how government ministers getting paid. It's the taxpaying citizens of Trinidad and Tobago contributed to their salary. And when they buy vaccine or take a loan for Trinidad and Tobago, the government not paying it, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago while contributing to tax paying them thing. Look at the health sector in Trinidad and Tobago. It stink. It stink. But we have the best health care in the world. From the man who don't even know how to put a mask properly. Just imagine that. So viewers, we have about 2 minutes, but before we close off our show tonight, we just want to run this last commercial and I will close off tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716 or 267-7326 for further information. Our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
So viewers, I just want to encourage you. In a pandemic when things are unbalanced. My company is giving you from 3% to 3.5% on your return. Call us tomorrow, 339-1670, 238-6716 or 267-7325 and ask about our Real Talk investment. Let me tell you something, there are no other financial institute in Trinidad and Tobago that are paying you that much on a fixed investment. So viewers, if you have your money put down and not doing nothing, imagine 10 years and you ain't moved from 100 to 500. And your money just there. Why keep it there when you could put it here and watch it grow? So contact us tomorrow. So viewers, I want to say a special good night To those of you who have taken the time out to view us on television, on Facebook and YouTube, remember, we are live every night from Monday to Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. nightly. So viewers, remember, we have regulations, COVID regulations in place. We have the SOE still in effect. We have public health regulation and guidelines. So sanitize, wear your mask, social distance, take all the necessary precautions. And if you have to go get your vaccine, check a doctor and make sure you're healthy. Until we meet for Public Concerns Night tomorrow night, remember, whatever issues you're having with the road and the councillors and the MPs, the bridges, send your concerns to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, where we highlight it only on our Wednesday night. So until we meet again, viewers, I pray to God that He give you the health, the strength, and the grace for another day. Good night.